We are doing the scene from Act 1, Scene 2, and this is when, during the Feast of Lupercal, Cassius and Brutus are talking to each other, and in doing so, Cassius is trying to persuade Brutus to join the conspiracy against Caesar.
The overall significance for this scene is that it introduces the characterization of Brutus and Cassius. Brutus as really contemplative and Cassius as manipulative. And it also introduces the conspiracy and like what people think of Caesar, and it foreshadows what's going to happen. Will you go see the order of the course?
Not I.
I pray you do.
I am not gamesome. I do lack some part of that quick spirit that is Antony. Let me not hinder Cassius your desires. I'll leave you.
Brutus, I do observe you now of late. I have not from your eyes that gentleness and show of love as I was wont to have. You bear too stubborn and too strange a hand over your friend that loves you.
Cassius, be not deceived if I have veiled my look lately. I turn the trouble of my countenance merely upon myself. Vexed I am of late with passions of some difference, which gives some soil perhaps to my behaviors. But let not therefore my good friends be grieved, among which number, Cassius, be you one, nor construe any further my neglect, and that poor Brutus with himself at war forgets the shows of love to other men?
Then I have much mistook your passion, Brutus. By means whereof this breast of mine hath buried thoughts of great value, worthy cogitations. Tell me, good Brutus, can you see your face?
No, Cassius, for the eye sees not itself, but by reflection of some other things.
'Tis just, and it is very much lamented, Brutus, that you will have no such hidden mirrors as will turn your hidden worthiness into your eye, that you might see your shadow. I have heard from many of the best respected men, except immortal Caesar, speaking of Brutus, and groaning underneath this age's yoke, have wished that noble Brutus had his eyes.
Into what dangers would you lead me, Cassius, that you would have me look inside myself for that which is not in me?
Therefore, good Brutus, be prepared to hear. And since you know you cannot see yourself so well as by reflection, I, your glass, will modestly discover to yourself that of yourself, which you yet know not of, and be not jealous on me, gentle Brutus, were I a common laugher, or did use still ordinary oaths, my love, to every new protester, or if you know that I do fawn on men and hug them hard, and if you know that I do and after scandal them, to all the rout then hold me dangerous.
Caesar, woo! What means this shouting? What means this shouting? I do fear the people have chose Caesar for their king.
Aye, do you fear it? Then must I think you would not have it.
I would not, Cassius, for I love him well. Wherefore would you lead me, if it ought be toward the general good? Set honor in one eye and death in thy other, and I will look on both indifferently, for let the gods so speed me as I love the name of honor more than I fear death.
I know that virtue to be in you, Brutus, as well as I do know your outward favor. Well, honor is the subject of my story. I cannot tell what you and other men think of this life, but for my single self, I had as lief not be as live to be, in awe of such a thing as I myself. I was born free as Caesar, so were you. We both have fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as you. For once, upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber, chafing with her shores, Caesar said to me, "Leap in with me, Cassius, into this angry flood, and swim to yonder point." Upon the word, acculturated as I was, I plunged in and bade him follow. So indeed he did. The torrent roared, and we did buffet it with lusty sinews, throwing it aside and stemming it with hearts of controversy. But ere we could arrive at the point proposed, Caesar cried, "Help me, Cassius, or I sink." I, as Aeneas, a great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulder the old and chassis bear, so from the waves of Tiber did I the tired Caesar. And this man is now become a god? And Cassius is a wretched creature that must bend his body if Caesar carelessly but not on him? He had a fever when he was in Spain, and when the fit was on him, I did mark how he did shake. 'Tis true, this god did shake. His lips His coward lips did from their colour fly, and that same eye, whose bend doth all the world, did lose his lustre. I did hear him groan, aye, and that tongue of his, that bade the Romans mark his word and write his speeches in their books, alas it said, "Give me some drink, Titinius, as a sick girl." Ye gods, it doth amaze me, a man of such a feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world and bear the common home.